production of Biddles Investment Group. We've got the shirt here, Think Big, Dream Big, here in the offices with a nice couch and the beautiful plants there. Listen, today I want to come to you with a real message because if it feels like your money doesn't go as far as it used to, you are not imagining it. Households across every income level are feeling squeezed, from groceries and healthcare to housing and everyday expenses. And it's not just about inflation. In this video, we're going to break down what's really driving affordability pressure in 2026 and what you can and can't control. And then we're going to build a plan that actually works in today's environment. I'm really excited. I think you'll definitely find some gems. You know, I get excited. I go on rant sometimes, so just feel free to play me in the background. If you think that there are a few nuggets, please share the video. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to jump right into it. And I appreciate you. This is the first video of 2026. So what we're looking at is the affordability playbook. And I'm going to bring myself right over here. So I'm right here with you. How households are really surviving in 2026. Again, if it feels like your money doesn't go as far anymore, you are not imagining it. You're not crazy. Millions of American families are asking the same question. Why does everything feel harder? This guide is going to show you what's really happening. And we've got some great tips on what you can do about it. We've got a little plan. If you're accountable, I am going to be your accountability partner. And so let's go ahead and get started. So what affordability actually means? Affordability is not just about inflation or prices going up. It's going to be the gap between what you earn and what life actually costs, including the hidden expenses that chip away at your paycheck. We're going to explore some of those hidden expenses a little later in the presentation. You'll be surprised, I think, because you'll say, oh, wow, that does make sense. But continuing, when housing, food, and childcare consume 70% of your income before you've saved $1, that is an affordability crisis. And it's affecting 64% of Americans who now live paycheck to paycheck. Okay? 64%. So that's over half. Jumping to the next slide. Now, these are going to be some really important figures here. The big pressure points that are squeezing your budget and mine are going to be housing. Rent and mortgage payments have increased 30% since 2020. The average family now spends 35% of income on housing, which is well above the recommended 25%. If you can get to 30%, that would be fantastic. And if you stay with us or connect with us, we show you how to calculate those ratios. We have ratios for housing, or you can Google them. The ratios for housing, ratios for your car, and ratios for healthcare, college. You know, there are different ratios that you can use. Savings ratio, it gives you real good insight. But let's continue. Food costs. So groceries are going to cost 25% more than they did 3 years ago. And I've actually noticed, you know, I've gone through the grocery store and I was absolutely amazed. Like prices are up. A family of four is gonna spend $1,200 monthly on food. That's $300 more than 2020. If you are spending more than that, if you think, you know, drop a comment. Let us know that, hey, that's a low figure. We're spending way more than that because that's average right there. Let's jump into healthcare. This is a very important area, and a lot of people avoid healthcare. But listen, health is wealth in reality. If you're not healthy, you can't make the money to be wealthy. And so health is going to be your biggest investment that you need. That's truly what I believe. So health insurance premiums rose 7% annually, while deductibles hit record highs. The average family plan now costs $23,000 per year. The average family plan, 23,000. Imagine that. That's like a nice car. Childcare. Now this, I know daycare costs exceed college tuition in 28 states. People have told me how expensive daycare is, like $300, $400 a week. Families pay $15,000 to $30,000 annually per child, often, which is more than your rental payment. And so these four items alone are making your budget and making your dollars not stretch as far as they used to. They're stretching a lot less than they used to. And if you're still trying to live the lifestyle that you're accustomed to, these costs are damaging your budget. You know, if you're still spending the same or more, these costs are creeping in and increasing the expenses in your budget. Let's jump to the next slide. This will give you a beautiful view, beautiful picture. So wages have grown about 12% since 2020, and that sounds fantastic, right? But housing costs jumped 30%, food 25%, and healthcare costs 31% in the same period. So if we look at wages, and we look at housing, and we look at food, and we look at healthcare, we can see the dilemma here. Okay, we need wages to be way above these other figures so we can live the lifestyle that we would like to live, that we are accustomed to, the same lifestyle or above. The math is simple. When essential costs rise faster than your paycheck, you are losing ground every month. Realistic. That's facts. Even with a raise. So if you've got a raise, which is that 12%, and some don't even get 12%, this is why 78% of workers, listen to that number, 78, that's over three-fourths. 78% of workers say their salary increases do not keep pace with living expenses. So let's talk about the silent lifestyle squeeze. We're going to get into it, and hopefully, I won't keep you this long in this video. We're getting through very nicely. Uh, Subscription creep. This is very important for you all. We're going to spend a little time here, but the average household now pays $273 for streaming apps and membership, which is about $3,276 or $3,300 if we round up annually for services that did not exist 15 years ago. Convenience tax. Now think about this. Food delivery, ride shares, and same-day shipping are going to add 20 to 40% premiums. So what's going to feel like a $15 meal is going to be $25 with fees and tips. I experienced this myself because I will get Grubhub from time to time or not a plug, DoorDash, Uber Eats. Uh, and when you actually step into the restaurant, it's way cheaper. You know, that convenience of having it delivered right to your door is really eating away at your budget. So, social expectations. This is a big one. And I was just watching on the Schwab network, they featured Vivian, my BFF, I believe that's her name. And she also mentioned that keeping up with experiences, travel, and lifestyle standards shown on social media is going to drive spending. Fear of missing out, which is FOMO, costs the average person $1,800 yearly. So when you see, social media can be a great thing, but Don't let it try to affect your budget or impact your budget. There are things, and we're going to explore some ways to cut costs. I'm going to help you out. We've got a game plan. But you see people living these lives and you think you need certain things, and so it's just not, you don't want to get your coaching on financial uh, habits or behaviors from social media. You can see people living certain lifestyles. Some of these lifestyles are fake, some are real and legitimate, but they can afford that. You know what I'm saying? Don't, you know, live according to how your income is. And it's not to say, don't have dreams, etc. We're going to get to those dreams. We're going to set goals and we're going to set income expectations. And then we can match those dreams. But don't dig yourself into a hole or a deeper hole that you can't get out of. That's all I'm simply saying. So let me tell you that these things are not luxuries anymore. They've become normalized expenses that quietly drain budgets. The problem isn't wanting convenience. It's that convenience now costs more than basics used to. So let's look at these two scenarios, survival mode versus strategic living. So what we want to do is move from survival to strategic living. Reactive money, paying bills as they arrive, using credit cards or payday loans for gaps, robbing Peter to pay Paul, no savings buffer, stressed every month, one emergency away from crisis. A lot, we've went through the facts and figures, and a lot of individuals are one emergency away from a crisis. But if we shift the mindset, our behavior, and our habits over into intentional money, money then has a job before it arrives. Money is your servant. You tell your servant what to do. It goes and does that, you know. So, and we'll explore that more. And you're a steward over your money. So you have to be a good steward in life, and you'll be blessed. You want to be a good steward over everything, your job, your household, tasks, duties, everything that you're responsible for. You should be a good steward over that. And that's going to mean that you're going to have to educate yourself. You're going to have to get good quality education. And we just got certified as a financial education instructor. So we're delivering fantastic financial education. We are also a board member for the Michigan Financial Education Council. So this information is coming to you from a very genuine place. It's coming to you from a very credible place. But let's continue about intentional money. Small emergency fund built first. We'll have a small emergency fund. Then when we get good, we'll build a long-term emergency, or mid, like a different emergency fund. Bills are automated and predictable. Breathing room is going to exist. You're going to be able to exhale. You're going to be able to say, we don't want to, this is the dilemma you want to be in, right? We don't want to spend that money, but we got it. We got it. We could take care of it. It's not a problem. We're not going to stress out about it. The plan will adjust. The plan doesn't break. You'll make mistakes. And just like in life, as you build your character, you constantly iterate who you are. Iteration means you constantly try to alter, to become a better individual, to become better at your job. You iterate or alter various processes to see what works the best. And so this is an iterative process. Most households operate in survival mode, not because they're irresponsible, but because the system is designed to keep you there. Strategic living starts with one shift, giving your money assignments instead of reacting to demands. So repeat that again, giving your money assignments. These are your servants. So you give them assignments. You tell them what to do, what to bring back. instead of reacting to demands. We got to get out of a reactive survival state, and we have to be into a strategic, proactive state of mind when we're dealing with money, especially in this environment and in this economy right here. So I'm sorry I had to beat that up a little bit, but this is where we're going, and this is the game plan. We're about to jump right into the game plan. I hope you plan me in the background. Um, and I hope you share this. What we want to do is protect, stabilize, and progress. Okay. So this is a simple framework. It's 3 steps. It's going to give you a roadmap out of constant financial stress. We're going to start with protection. We're going to cover the basics and create a tiny cushion. Then we stabilize by making your money flow predictable. We'll finally progress by turning extra dollars into real security. You do not need to do all 3 at once. You pick one step, you pick one focus until it feels automatic. Progress is going to compound when you're consistent. You don't have to be perfect. So let's jump into some quick wins here. That's what I like to call quick wins. What can we control right now? You say, Brandon, okay, great. You've set the stage. But what can I do today? I got you. I have you. Track 1 week. Okay, this is going to be some homework. So I'm holding you accountable. Please drop something in the chat if you please, drop a comment because we have to work together. We've got to build the community. We've got to support each other, hold each other accountable. And so track 1 week. This is step 1. Out of a 4-week month, usually months are 4 weeks. The first week, what we're going to do is we're going to write down every dollar spent for 7 days. You will spot $200 to $400 in monthly leaks that you did not realize existed, whether it's subscriptions, fees, convenience charges. Um, you'll realize some savings. Guaranteed, just go through it. You'll realize some savings. Usually it's a month's time, but I'm going to accelerate it. I'm going to say that you're going to find some savings in a week because I want you to say, wow, that's enough for me to do this exercise. Okay. The second week, what we're going to do is we're going to automate essentials. So what you're going to do is you're going to set up auto pay for fixed bills and auto transfer $50 to savings. If you cannot do 50, you can do 40, 30, 10, 20, whatever is comfortable for you, and gradually every month increase it by $5. I guarantee you will not miss that $5. But pick a starting point, starting number, and just send that automatically to a savings account. It will help you. I promise that will help you. Automation is going to remove the decision fatigue that kills financial progress. Build a $500 buffer. Save about $500 in a separate account. This small cushion is going to prevent overdraft fees, late charges, and credit card debt that cost 10 times more in the long run. You have credit cards because companies are collecting interest. And they're collecting, if they collect 1%, $1 of a million people that are paying interest, that's $1 million, and they're much bigger than that. And the interest fees are much bigger than $1. If you looked at your credit card and you looked at interest and fees or interest charge, you know that. So they're in it for the money. We have to pivot that and learn how to start paying ourselves and investing in ourselves and letting compound interest work in our favor. And we're even in a few sessions, we're going to explore debt, healthy debt, bad debt, good debt, and how to leverage debt in your favor. But you must have these basics in place before we get to some of those strategies. It's very important. Week 4, You're going to negotiate one bill. So just get your mindset ready. I'm actually in the process of doing that. I'm not telling you to do anything that I wouldn't do. I my homeowner's insurance went up double what I was paying, which uh made my mortgage go up about one-fourth extra, which is significant, 25% more. And so I have to now reach out, get quotes, and negotiate with the current policy or insurer in order to lower that mortgage payment. So I've got to negotiate. I've got to pull quotes. We're doing this together. I'm here with you. Uh, Call your internet, phone, or insurance provider. Ask for the current promotion rate. Most are going to save $30 to $80 a month with a 10-minute call. I know we don't like to call people. We don't like to haggle. Do it. Negotiate. Get into the habit of negotiating. Because if you just accept what people give you, you're not getting what you're worth. I'm going to leave it at that because I can dig into it, but I'm going to leave it there. Drop a comment if you wanted to share, if you got thoughts. So listen, what not to panic about. You don't need a perfect budget. Forget the spreadsheets, the 47 categories. Focus on three buckets. We're focusing on essentials, savings, and everything else. Simple systems stick. And I want your feedback on this. Complex ones fail. Let's start to share what things have helped you because it's going to help other people, other subscribers in the community. Let's help each other. Everyone has different sets of knowledge. I'm bringing to you a certain set of knowledge. You might have somebody that you know you can go to save at, a business, put them down there. You might have a strategy that you use with streaming services. Put it down there so we can all have that collective knowledge and use it. We can all save together and get ahead together. It's not too late to start. Whether you're 25 or 55, starting today is going to be waiting for the perfect time. Financial stability is built in small steps, not giant leaps. Small joys are not the problem. So your $5 coffee is not why you can't buy a house. The real issue is structural. Housing costs, healthcare, wages. Enjoy those small treats. Treat yourself without the guilt. You are not alone in this. Remember, 64% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, including high earners. This is not a personal failure, it's systemic challenge requiring intentional strategy. It's a systemic challenge that requires intentional strategy. And I'm here to tell you that a lot of times our financial behavior is based on a few factors. Social media is one. If you're going to follow somebody that's a financial guru, influencer, um, check their references, check the LinkedIn, do a background check. You want to find somebody credible. A lot of times when we grow up in a household, our parents, how they dealt with money, uh, unconsciously feeds into us. So let's say if your parents had some type of panic and they say, hey, we'll just go to the pawn shop so we could pay for this flat tire, take your computer up there, grab the cash, bring it down here to pay. That's what you know how to do for an emergency. It doesn't mean it's just a bad representation of, and it's a bad behavior because that's all they knew how to do. Once you start to get financial education, you'll understand your options and things you can put in place and strategies, systems, game plans that you can implement. Because if you're going to be the boss, you're going to have, everyone wants to be the boss, the influence. You have to know about money. You have to at least know the very basics. We're here to teach you the very basics. We're your accountability partner. So in ending this, and I think we did very good today. Please, if you don't drop a comment, at least give me a good high five because I will keep you here for like an hour. That's why I tell you to play me in the background. But affordability is a plan. It's not a feeling. We have to stop feeling, oh, I feel like I want this. And I will tell you before we jump here, before you jump ahead, don't read yet. If you're thinking about a purchase, and it doesn't have to be a major, I mean, usually major purchases, yes. But if you're thinking about something that you're like, oh, I'm gonna dip into my savings because this is a good deal. Wait 24 hours. Do not let anybody pressure you into a deal. Oh, you got to get it today. Negotiate. Do not let people pressure you. Your financial stress is definitely valid. We're validating that today, but it's not permanent. Every household that's achieved stability started exactly where you are, feeling stretched, overwhelmed, and wondering if things will ever improve. The difference is they made one decision, then another, then another. Not perfect decisions, just consistent ones. So I want you to agree with me. Start with one action this week. Either track your spending, automate a bill, or save $20. That single step is going to break the cycle of reacting and starts building the life where your money works for you, not against you. I want to give a few small plugs. We're at the end of our presentation. I thank you for staying with me. We've got a faith and finance series coming out. We also have, and that's for everyone, we've also have a couples faith and finance segment because a lot of couples are not aligned. And some say that finances are the number one reason for separation or divorce. And so what we do is evaluate, are you aligned? And we make sure that you can get aligned. I'm actually going to stop this presentation and show you a few services that we have, as well as some neat uh, things you can do on our website. We just talked about the affordability crisis. And so if you need to budget, you can just come to our toolkit. This is a toolkit, Master My Money Toolkit, and you'll come here. We've got some fantastic screenshots. So we'll tell you 5 essential steps to creating a budget. We've got a budget simply compares how much money you earn with how much money you spend and save. Expenses, income, savings. Very simple, but you have to know that. What's coming in? What's coming out? What are we saving? What are we investing? And then this is a beautiful chart right here that everyone can use. I'm so excited about this. This says consideration. Do I need this expense? If you don't need it, stop, sell, cancel. If you do need it, negotiate, transfer, manage, or reduce, transfer services. And then we've got some cool tools for savings as well. I just wanted to show you that we've got a nice little grid, examples of things you can use your money fund for, things you should not use an emergency fund for, needs, savings, and wants, emergency fund, short-term savings. So pop into the website. It's some cool things here. We've got courses. We've got monthly mentor, which we're about to dive into. I just wanted to highlight a few of these things because we've redesigned it. We've made it user friendly. We've made it for you. We've got engagement options. $20 a month. I guarantee you will save more than $20 if you join that. You will, because we'll find savings that are more than $20 of things that you don't need. Simple as that. If you're having trouble, if you just can't wrap your mind around your finances, if you're not consistent, we will be your accountability partner. We've got a money coach and mentorship program. You can reserve that. It's going to take you to my partner, my business partner site. It's going to teach you financial foundations. It's a group atmosphere. It's a small community. It's really worth it. I guarantee. And we tried to make it affordable for everyone. And if you're investing, we've got services for you. $49 a month, less than $50 a month. And the strategies that we've used, I've had comments in the group chat that if they joined this group 5 years ago, they would be a millionaire right now. I've got comments about just the teaching and kudos and thank yous from just the teaching that we do. We do a deep dive. It's a 2 hour, 2 to 3 hour session. We cover the stock market, politics, macroeconomics, microeconomics. We cover it all. We make it simple for you. And if you're an institution, if you own a nonprofit, we've got institutional engagements. And so we can come out, we'll understand what the stakeholders are, what your audience is, we'll design a program for you. That's only for nonprofits and institutions, organizations that may have grant funding. And then if you want an individual consult with me, we can do nonprofit. I have served as treasurer for multiple nonprofits. I know governance. I've served on the board. Investing or financial strategy. Uh, for example, I had someone reach out. Their 401k IRA is being taken over. So one bank that holds and is the fiduciary and administrates their money, invests their money, is being bought by another institution. And so in that, they're a little fearful of should they move their money or not. And so we give you advice like that. We've also got partners down in Atlanta that are open to investing. So if you have a business, you have a great business idea, it's kind of like a very, very small Shark Tank. You can definitely send that over. We'll review it. We'll get in touch with you if we can make a pitch, if our investors are looking for that. So we've got a suite of services to really assist you along your financial journey. Partner with us. We are your trusted partner. We're your accountability partner. And so I'm just excited. The most thing I'm excited for, I know I'm going on a rant. You don't have to applaud me in the comments, but is the Investor IQ dashboard. If you are a swing trader, this dashboard gives you support, resistance, average true range, the swing trader language. You know what I'm talking about. We've got RSI, CCI, MACD. We've got moving averages. We've got cut patterns. We've got multiple pages here for you to play with. What's performing well? What has momentum? What's the momentum trend? Let me see a snapshot of a security. And we even have a cup and handle finder. So that's right here. We've got all of that. And if you have a subscription, you can use AI Q&A right here. So it's AI is integrated right into the dashboard. If you were with me early on, you know that we did a ChartWorks special. It's a video. We did coding in Python. We had Jupyter Notebook. Some of you coders, you probably know what I'm talking about. And we pulled from different modules real time. I show the script running. This is level 1 institutional data. You can see the data feeds moving right now. Live data. So technical analysis, I might have lost a lot of you because this is one of the passions of mine. We specialize, we're investment experts. So you're in safe hands. Just know you're in safe hands if I did lose you. But for my nerds, my charters out there, we've got this very amazing tool right here that you have access to for the time being. And so that's all that I wanted to point out, the cool features and everything that we have to offer you. And until next time, I hope that you are excited as much as I am about your financial future because we're going to do this together. All right. I'll see you soon.